Axel Lazar from Ecosystem. And Ecosystem is a producer responsibility organization, actually the biggest one in Europe, taking back electrical and electronic waste.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So, okay. Today we'll speak to you about the WEEE fire and the action taken by Ecosystem in France, which is a French PRO for WEEE. I will try to be quite quick enough because it is quite a long presentation. So just to start with some overview of the general situation, and for me, the first role of the PRO regarding the WEEE fire, it is to have first of all a monitoring. You have to be able to monitor the situation in order to take after action plan. So just some statistic. We have a daily fire starting from WEEE. Most of them are from small household appliances. Daily fire, but most of them are handled by the operator. They are able to contain this fire. However, once or twice a month, we need a firefighter to intervene on site because fire couldn't be contained. Around once a month, we have a truck on logistic which is burnt. And we have one treatment facility which is burnt every 24 months. Currently, I have a good example. Just last week, there is a treatment facility treating screen and small appliances that was burnt to the ground just last week. So yeah, it's a huge topic nowadays for us. What does it mean to do some monitoring on fire events? It means that today we are able to know how many fire events happen year by year. It is a graphic that you can see down with an increasing number of fire events. Most of the cases that you can see here are because firefighters are coming on site. Because of course, companies are not saying to us when there is just the daily fire because they are able to contain it. Two reasons why it's increasing. So first of all, because there is more and more batteries, but also because we are able to share more and more with the companies working with us. And if we have more feedback from them, so of course, the number is increasing also. It's interesting also to know which kind of activity. Is it on the logistic part? Is it on the treatment part? At which step? Was it before, during the transportation? Was it during the unloading of the truck? Was it during storage, before treatment, during the treatment, after the treatment? It's also interesting to know at which period of the year it happened. And by the way, it's interesting to know that fire are not only during the heat peak, but you will have also fire during a period with a lot of humidity and rain. Okay, so it is the first role of ecosystem, which is monitoring the situation. And of course, the fires, they are touching everyone, all the shareholders, and that's why we need to discuss all together. And in this case, I believe that PRO, we have a central role about this topic because we are in contact with government, we are in contact with operator, we're in contact with a research institute, but also with a manufacturer about eco-design. So that's why since already 3 years now, the French PRO from WEEE, Ecosystem and Ecologique, but also the Batteries PRO, Corepil and Scredec, we are organizing national roundtables. And it's what I will try to give just some topics that were discussed during the previous roundtables for you to know which kind of subject we are speaking about. And maybe give you some food for thought. First topic that I wanted to speak about, it is the risk culture. So, okay, fire, it's a daily risk, but what's important is that companies, they already did a huge investment about fire protection, which is a very good thing about fire detection, fire system to turn it off. So all these investments are a good thing. However, it's important to notice that investment without proper organization, it is not efficient. So this organization can be done on different levels. For example, the manager, they have to be able to analyze the event, which means how many fire events happen on my company. Nope. Okay. Good. And I will see it will be better for me. Also, I'm afraid that I will not have enough time to go deep into details about it, but employees training, it's also very important. And continuous training, not only one-time training. Why is it so important? Because it is the employees that will intervene on this fire directly, and they have to intervene very quick because the first 2 minutes of the fire are criticals. So that's why they have to know what they have to do, what are all the knowledge, which area are critical on the facility. And after there is all this part about developing an internal action plan. I will not go into detail. It is what you can read here, but there is all the things about how will I organize my facility, how I will organize the storage area of my facility, the track flow of my facility. If I have time after, I can speak about it into more details about our experience about all this organization. And it was explained just before, but the reputation impact is also quite important. So companies have to be ready to speak about the fire event, because when there is a fire event, there will be media coming or even social media also speaking about the companies. So they have to be able to answer to this kind of questions. Second topic, it was about the insurance. I will be quite quick, but it's important for everyone to have it in mind that often it's a huge topic for treatment facilities, especially because the cost of insurance is increasing. Often the coverage of the insurance is decreasing. So you are paying more, sometimes to receive less. There is also insurance requiring more and more requirement constraint, which is tough for companies because it means also to have new investment for them to be in conformity with their insurance. And some insurers who simply refuse to work with companies. So how to prevent this situation to become worse and worse? So the first thing it is to be in contact with your insurer and to involve them in the definition of an action plan. Insurance, they have their own fire expert that can help you to build your own prevention plan, action plan. And if you involve your insurance, you can define with them step of implementation. Instead of them to say to you, you have to pay €1,000, thousand of euro, yeah, of course, 100,000 often. You can define and say, okay, maybe we can define, and first year I will do just this part, second year I will do this part, in order to show that you are working with them. So yes, the main point here it is to involve your insurer. Okay, there is all this part about the theory and organizational. I just want to say that during this national roundtable, we have also some practical experience. It is what you can see here. It is that we tried in 2003 different fire extinguisher to see if we can find a technology that will be efficient and that we can at least recommend. We will not oblige companies, of course, but we can say we try and this one seems efficient. So we tried 3 different kind of fire extinguisher, Class D fire extinguisher, water plus additive, and vermiculite extinguisher. Both are designed especially for lithium batteries fire. And also after there is a harm fire hose, which is using a huge quantity of water to just drown the fire. This test was done at the very beginning of the fire. It means that there was a flame, and only 2 minutes after the flame, we were trying to extinguish them. So it is very quick. It means that in real life situation, the flame appear, there is an operator that will spot the flame under 2 minutes. He will have time to run to the fire extinguisher, run back to the fire and start to use it. So it is like in the optimal conditions that we try to simulate. Our conclusions are quite easy. it is that fire extinguisher alone, they do not guarantee that you will be able to extinguish the fire. However, they can be used to contain the fire until you are deploying the fire hose, home fire hose. And this one was in 100% of the case, always efficient. So the conclusion is that there is no miracle product. Why? Because it's also important to notice that small appliances fire, it is not a lithium batteries fire or lithium fire. Indeed, at the very beginning, it is the battery that starts the fire, but then it will goes to the plastic that will melt, it will goes to the metal that will radiate, there will be the textile and foam that will burn, and all of it creates a mixed classification of fire that make it very hard to extinguish, except if you drowning totally with a fire hose. So there is also the fact that small appliances, we did 2 tests, by the way, in box and also unload on the ground. The difficulty is also to reach the heart of the fire, because when you use the fire extinguisher, it's easy to reach the top of the appliances. But if the fire is deep down, with just a fire extinguisher, it is very difficult to reach deep inside the top. Okay. So the first part was about ecosystem role, about monitoring what's happening on the field. Second part was to share knowledge, our knowledge, but also all these shareholders' knowledge about the situation. It's what we are trying to do with National Roundtable and what we are doing today here. And there is a last part that we are trying to do, which is raise awareness and train our operator. And that's why since 2024, we are doing a stress test with logistic and treatment facilities. So in 2024, we did around 23 stress tests with these facilities. And what is this stress test? It is trying to put the companies under pressure by creating a succession of events that they are not ready to act on in the daily business. So we are going to companies, they are not aware that we are going, only the director is aware, but all the operator on the field or operator in the office are not aware that there will be this test. I showed you one example of stress test that we are doing. It can be that we open a smoke bomb on a truck to see how the operator will react if we say to him, your truck is on fire, what are you doing now? 15, 20 minutes later, we will open a second smoke bomb in the storage of small appliances. And after we will put a dummy on the ground, which will simulate a person in respiratory distress to see when there is a fire, will they check all the facility to see if somebody faint? Once they spot the dummy, what they will do? Will they take him out or not? Will they call for help? And after, as a bonus, we are also doing some interview, which is playing the role of a fire chief to know if the company is able to give all the necessary information to firefighters. And also we are playing local media role to know if they are able to answer the questions that a media can ask them. What did we find about this stress test? It is what we expected. It is at first companies, they are well equipped about detection, but also about extinguishing system. But there is, of course, improvement opportunity, as always. First one, it is that employees, they are not always aware of what they have to do and the instruction. It is what you can see, for example, below on this photo below. You can see the smoke bomb near the door, and there is an employee who wants to intervene on it. What he did, he just climbed on the treatment line, which is still running on, so he can create an accident over an accident. Often also, the equipment isn't tested. What we saw it is that, for example, we found one alarm, which one was out of battery. They wanted to activate the alarm to warn everybody, and the battery was out. It is quite ironic, but it was the case. Or, for example, on this picture up, you can see that they are trying to use a fire hose for the stock of small appliances at the end of the picture. But you can see that he's trying to pull the fire hose, but it is too short. It could not reach the stock. These companies had the extension for this tube, but unfortunately, they were not used to use this extension, and it was too slow. So it's also interesting for them to have this experience and to learn that, okay, maybe we have the equipment, but our employees are not aware how to use it, or our equipment isn't tested. So of course, once we did this stress test, we are giving feedback to the companies. There is an A missing, but important it is that it's not an evaluation of the company. We are not here to judge them. We are just here to say we want to grow up all together our knowledge. It does not impact the view that we have on the companies. We just want them to be able to act the day that a real fire will occur. Okay, I am already out of time, so I will not speak about tools and training, but we are proposing to companies also tools, for example, QR code for firefighters to scan it when they enter the company to have all required information in one place. Or also training with specialized company, not us, but real expert in fire. So to summarize it, there is 3 roles for me for PRO and ecosystem in France. First one, it is to monitor the situation, to know what's happening. If we want to take action plan, it is critical. Second one, it is to share knowledge with all shareholders, and more than with all shareholders, between all shareholders. And at the end, it is to propose training and to raise awareness in order for everyone to be ready to answer the day the event will happen. One thing which is interesting, I was speaking about reputation. I said to you that one company was burned to the ground 1 week ago. If I just go to Google News, I just write the name of the company, we already have 10 articles, 10 different articles speaking about this fire event. So yes, you also have to take it into account. And it's not something that comes to your mind directly. So thank you for your attention. And following my presentation, there will be a short movie made by Ecosystem in the national roundtables, for national roundtables. Thank you, everyone.